Everyone knows Fairly OddParents is a show full of chaotic, silly fun. But what if I told you there's an episode that fans swear existed? One that was so strange it was never aired again. An episode where Timmy Turner makes a wish that Cosmo and Wanda refuse to grant. Not because it was dangerous or world-ending, but because they said it was something fairies just weren't allowed to talk about. This is the story of the lost episode known online as The Wish That Wasn't Allowed. According to those who saw it, the episode starts normally. Bright colors, classic animation. Cosmo is probably turning himself into a squirrel-powered unicycle while Wanda rolls her eyes. It's the Fairly OddParents we all know and love. But there's something off about Timmy. He looks genuinely tired. The animators seem to have given him dark circles under his eyes, and his movements are slower, more sluggish. He lets out a heavy sigh and says, "I wish I never had to worry again." Instantly, the vibe shifts. Cosmo and Wanda don't raise their wands. They don't even crack a joke. They just exchange a serious, almost fearful look. Wanda floats closer and says, "Timmy, that wish is against the rules. This makes no sense. He's wished for way bigger, crazier things before. He's wished to be a superhero, wished for endless summer, even wished his parents were better. Why would this simple wish be forbidden?" Wanda, trying to explain, poofs up day rules. But this time, the book looks different. It's thicker, older, and the cover is worn and faded. When she opens it, it doesn't show the usual silly drawings and cartoonish laws. It opens to a single blank page with just one sentence scrawled in what looks like handwritten ink. "Some things must stay the way they are." Timmy, completely confused, asks, "Why?" Cosmo tries to answer, but every time he opens his mouth, a strange visual glitch happens. Sparkles fizzle out of his mouth like TV static. It's like he's being censored, but visually. He physically can't explain the rule. So Timmy tries to rephrase his wish, thinking he can find a loophole. He tries again. "I wish life was easier," Wanda shakes her head. Rejected. Timmy tries again. "Okay, I wish everything made sense." Cosmo puts his hands up. Rejected. Getting desperate, Timmy says, "I wish things could just stop for a minute." Again rejected. With every failed attempt, Cosmo and Wanda look more and more nervous. Their wands start to flicker like dying light bulbs. Finally, Wanda puts her hand on Timmy's shoulder and says, "Timmy, you can't ask that. Fairies can't fix certain things." But she refuses to explain what those things are. Now Timmy is frustrated. He's tired of the vague answers and the strange glitches. He shouts, "I'm sick of this. I wish I understood what you're not telling me." The moment he says it, everything freezes. The background characters on the street outside his window stop moving. A glass of water on his nightstand hangs in midair, halfway to the floor. Even Cosmo and Wanda are frozen solid, except for their eyes, which dart around in panic. Then a voice whispers, but no one's mouth moves. It's Wanda's voice, full of dread. "You really shouldn't have asked that." The screen begins to flicker. The animation itself seems to be breaking down. The clean lines of Timmy's room warp and bend. The colors bleed into each other. Soon, the entire house dissolves into a blank white void. Out of the whiteness, Cosmo floats forward. But he isn't the goofy, idiotic fairy we know. He's calm, composed, and unervingly serious. He looks at Timmy and says, "Timmy, you're not supposed to know how this works." Timmy, now terrified, asks, What works?" Cosmo gives a small, sad smile and says one final word. "Everything." The screen cuts to harsh static for a few seconds. When the picture returns, we're back in Timmy's bedroom. The sun is shining and he's waking up in his bed, looking rested and refreshed. It's as if the entire ordeal never happened. Cosmo and Wanda poof in, cheerful and bubbly again. Everything is back to normal. Timmy sits up, rubs his eyes, and says, "Guys, I had a really weird dream." Wanda, a little too quickly, replies, "No, you didn't." Cosmo immediately nudges her and whispers loudly, "Wanda, he wasn't supposed to remember anything." And right there, mid-sentence, the episode cuts to a black screen. No music, no credits, nothing. Fans who claim to have seen it say this episode aired only once, late at night during a marathon, and was then wiped from existence. Nickelodeon has never acknowledged it. Some viewers theorize it was a scrapped meta-commentary on the nature of cartoons, while others believe it was a dark, experimental pitch that was accidentally broadcast. But no one can agree on the central mystery. What was the secret Timmy Turner wasn't supposed to know? Thanks for watching. If you like this dive into animation's lost mysteries, be sure to follow for more.